thinking of places like Libya, Iraq, and other places, not that we'll be discussing all of those, we'll be concentrating on Libya. But what do we do in a situation like Libya? And would restorative justice be applicable as Libya struggles to transition in their country right now? And so that's what we're going to be looking at today. And Najla is a second-year student here at the Center for Justice and Peace Building. Najla Mangush is from Libya, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have her here studying with us. She is a professor of criminal law back in her home city of Benghazi.
Before we go to the obstacles and the implementation, I would love to share a small story that I actually heard from one of the traditional leaders in Libya, and his name Sheikh Abdessalam. He's 65 years old, and he's well-respected leader in Benghazi. And actually, it was so interesting to learn and to listen to the process and how those traditional leaders practice actually the customary justice in Libya. So he tried actually he recounted later in a murder case, and he tried to explain to me how the steps look like.
Continue the conversation with Najla. And so I think what we'll do is we'll pull together here a little bit more and see what we can do for that. Najla, we've got plenty of time for some discussion with our participants.
When we have his name called Jadran, he's one of the the guard for the oil port in Libya. He decided to control that oil port and try actually to have 4 oil ports under his control with the militia support. And actually, he was during that time tried to use some pressure in the National Congress.
Actually, tribal leaders only play a major role in solving conflicts caused by tribal or regional affiliation. Those leaders' power exists in the countryside and small towns only. How can they play a more decisive role in cities like Tripoli or Benghazi, where tribal affiliation doesn't exist?
That he did in Libya almost the identical thing that George W. Bush did in Iraq. That is, on the basis of phony information, he went in, overthrew a government, destroyed a country.
It's Mr. Belhaj and these death squads in Tripoli who are using Sabrata as a training ground for the recruitment of death squads from Tunisia and other places, training them, financing them, and then flying them into Turkey to enter Syria. Libya is performing a similar role that Afghanistan did in the 1980s.
We didn't actually invite the international community to come to our target Gaddafi. And also there's other facts about the early days in the revolution when people decided to protest in peaceful way against the regime. They were actually, African Missourians tried to kill the people, and I was seeing them,
Disgusting lie. This is a disgusting lie.
Absolutely it's not lie, because I was witness that. With all my respect, I was witnessing that with my colleagues